Welcome to today's video, Stop Procrastination with Mindful Approach today. Right then, let's talk about something we all know too well. You know, that cold dread. The deadline that once seemed far away is now looming, boots and all. It's like you blinked and suddenly the date is staring you down, daring you to make a move. Suddenly, everything else is fascinating. Dust, Arctic terns, even wallpaper patterns. The world outside your window becomes a riveting documentary, and the smallest distractions feel like urgent priorities. Welcome to the grand theatre of procrastination, starring impending doom and sudden interest in anything else. It's a show you never bought tickets for, but here you are, front row. The script: avoid, distract, panic. You rehearse it daily, even if you wish you didn't. Your heart's drumming, your stomach's in knots, and you're stuck, like trying to start a classic car on a frosty morning. No matter how many times you turn the key, nothing seems to spark. It's not just about missing a deadline. It's the discomfort, the stress, the endless distractions. The weight of unfinished work presses down, making even simple tasks feel impossible. Your phone buzzes. Could be important, but it's just another excuse. Social media, news alerts, even spam emails suddenly seem worth your attention. One quick break turns into another, and soon the day's vanished. You promise yourself you'll start after lunch, after coffee, after just one more video. The slope is slippery and the cycle relentless. Each delay makes the next one easier, and before you know it, you're buried under a mountain of unfinished business. But here's the promise: there's a way out. Even if it feels impossible right now, change is within reach. Imagine a world where deadlines don't send you into a tailspin, where you can approach your work with calm, clarity, and even a bit of confidence. Picture calmly ticking off tasks, feeling accomplished instead of nauseous. Each checkmark is a small victory, and you end your day with a sense of pride. Sounds like fantasy, but what if there's a practical way to rewire your brain? What if you could train yourself to break the cycle, step by step? A method to face the beast, and even tame it, to turn dread into determination and panic into progress. Stick with me, because this could actually change things properly. Let's get started. The journey out of procrastination begins right here. Let's get one thing straight. Procrastination isn't just laziness. If it were, we'd all just snap out of it. It's a complex habit, and nearly everyone does it. The real issue: emotions. Tasks that feel boring, overwhelming, or scary trigger fear of failure, perfectionism, or even fear of success. Your brain tries to protect you from discomfort by steering you towards something pleasant, like cheese-rolling documentaries. It's not laziness, it's emotional regulation gone sideways. Procrastination is an escape hatch offering short-term relief but long-term trouble. The task grows bigger in your mind, and so does the stress. Enter our hero, mindfulness. Not incense and chanting, just awareness of your thoughts and feelings without getting swept away. Notice the urge to flee, acknowledge it, and gently guide your attention back. It's a practical tool, a very good start. Let's talk about the vicious cycle that so many of us know all too well. It's the classic hamster wheel of procrastination, the endless loop of "I'll do it later," spinning round and round. It usually starts with a task that feels overwhelming, boring, or just plain unpleasant. Maybe it's a mountain of paperwork, a looming assignment, or a difficult conversation you keep putting off. Instantly, your brain labels it as something to avoid. You feel a surge of discomfort, maybe anxiety, dread, or just a heavy sense of resistance. So you reach for a distraction. You check your emails, scroll through social media, or find any excuse to do something else. Anything but the task at hand. That's the first turn of the wheel. A wave of temporary relief washes over you. For a moment you feel better, as if you've dodged the discomfort, but the task doesn't disappear. In fact, it grows bigger and scarier as time slips away. The deadline looms closer and the pressure mounts. Now, stress and negative emotions start to build. Guilt creeps in, followed by shame and anxiety. You might even start to feel like you're letting yourself down. You berate yourself. Why can't I just get on with it? The self-criticism only adds to the emotional weight. To escape those uncomfortable feelings, you procrastinate even more. Maybe you binge-watch videos, tidy your room, or just walk away from your desk. Now, you're not just avoiding the task, you're also dodging your own feelings about avoiding it. It's a double layer of avoidance. The cycle tightens its grip, stress rises, your confidence takes a hit, and your self-esteem starts to erode. Maybe you scramble to finish everything in a last-minute panic, or maybe you miss the deadline altogether. Either way, it's exhausting. The result? You're left feeling drained, defeated, and even more reluctant to face the next challenge. It's like trying to drive with the handbrake on. No matter how hard you push, you're stuck, making little progress and burning out fast. The first step to breaking this cycle is awareness. Start by recognizing the pattern in your own life. Understand that procrastination isn't just about being lazy or inefficient. It's deeply emotional, tied to how we cope with discomfort. The good news? This cycle can be broken. With the right strategies and a bit of self-compassion, you can step off the wheel and move forward. Let's see how. Procrastination isn't just about missed deadlines. It chips away at your self-esteem. Every time you choose distraction, a little voice whispers, "See, you can't even do this." Over time, you start to believe it. It's not about willpower. Repeated failure to meet your own goals erodes your confidence. Chronic procrastination links to stress, anxiety, and even depression. Living under the shadow of unfinished tasks creates constant stress. The guilt and self-blame are heavy burdens. Recognizing this deeper impact is the first step to a kinder, smarter approach. It's not about being tougher. It's about being more compassionate with yourself. So, how do we fight back? Our secret weapon is mindfulness. No mountaintops or robes required, just practical observation. When the urge to procrastinate pops up, notice it without acting on it. Acknowledge the feeling, but don't let it drive your actions. This creates space between urge and reaction, your moment of power. Mindfulness is non-judgmental. It stops the cycle of self-criticism. Thoughts are just thoughts, not orders. By observing your patterns, you become aware of your triggers. This self-awareness is gold. Recognize early warning signs and use mindfulness before you're lost in avoidance. Catch the spark before it becomes a fire. That's how you break the cycle. One mindful moment at a time. So how do you actually practice mindfulness? It's simple and practical, no special equipment needed. First, try a few minutes of meditation. Sit comfortably, focus on your breath, and gently return your attention when your mind wanders. It's like training a puppy, gentle, patient redirection. Next, deep breathing, pause, inhale deeply, hold, and exhale slowly. Repeat a few times. This calms your nervous system and resets your mind. Finally, focus on the present moment. Procrastination thrives on worries about the future or regrets about the past. Mindfulness anchors you in the now. When working, bring your attention to the task. Notice the details, the sensations. If your mind drifts, gently bring it back. Engage fully with what's in front of you. These small adjustments make a big impact, like inflating your tires. Smoother journey ahead. Try these techniques anywhere, anytime. You'll be surprised how effective they are. Let me introduce you to Chloe, a bright and creative student who for the longest time wore the crown of "I'll start it tomorrow." No matter how important the assignment, Chloe always found a way to put it off, promising herself she'd get to it later. Whenever big projects loomed on the horizon, Chloe's anxiety would start to bubble up. Instead of tackling her work, she'd escape into endless scrolling on social media, or suddenly decide her sock drawer needed reorganizing. Anything to avoid the mountain of tasks waiting for her. As deadlines crept closer, the pressure mounted. Chloe would feel panic rising in her chest, leading to frantic all-nighters, bleary-eyed mornings, and a heavy sense of regret for not starting sooner. Her grades slipped, and her confidence took a hit. She started to believe maybe she was just lazy or not cut out for success. But then something changed. Chloe stumbled upon the idea of mindfulness. She decided to give it a try, starting with just 5 minutes of guided meditation each morning. At first it felt strange, but she stuck with it, curious to see if it could help. Whenever anxiety crept in, Chloe would pause, close her eyes, and take a few deep breaths. She learned to notice her feelings without judging them, gently bringing her focus back to the task at hand, even if it was just for 10 minutes at a time. She started breaking big assignments into smaller, more manageable steps, writing out simple checklists and focusing only on the next action rather than the overwhelming whole. Slowly but surely things began to shift. 10 minutes of focused work turned into 15, then 20. Chloe found herself building momentum, and the tasks that once felt impossible started to feel doable. She began journaling about her feelings, learning to recognize her triggers and patterns. Instead of fighting her anxiety, she learned to work alongside it, using mindfulness as her anchor. Over time, Chloe's grades improved, but even more importantly, she felt calmer, more focused, and truly in control of her own progress. Chloe realized she was never lazy. She just needed a better way to manage her emotions and approach her work with kindness and patience. She didn't become perfect overnight, but she finally stepped off the hamster wheel of procrastination. For Chloe, it was all about progress, not perfection, and that in itself was a brilliant victory. So, what's the MOT on all this? Procrastination isn't laziness, it's your brain trying to dodge discomfort. The cycle of avoidance and guilt is a nightmare, draining your time and self-esteem. Recognizing the pattern is the first step to change. Mindfulness is your practical toolkit. Observe thoughts and feelings without judgment. Techniques like mindful breathing and focusing on the present help you regain control. It's about steering your mind, not letting it veer off course. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. There will be slip-ups, and that's normal. Be kind to yourself. Notice what happened and gently get back on track. Every small step counts. You're building a new habit, and that takes time. Keep tuning your engine. Smooth performance will follow. Now it's your turn. We've covered the nuts and bolts. Now get behind the wheel. Try these mindfulness strategies. Start small, maybe 5 minutes of mindful breathing. Next time you want to put something off, pause, notice the feeling, and take 3 deep breaths. No need for massive changes. Small, consistent efforts build momentum. Don't go it alone. Share your journey with friends or colleagues. Reflect on your own patterns and triggers. Understanding yourself is half the battle. Try these techniques, see what works, and share your progress. Every little victory counts. On your marks, get set, mindfully go. You've got this. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content.